mean, people. You got to understand the laws. You got to know them and know how to use them. That if you're in a situation, you know someone in a situation, your loved ones, your children, your family, friends, you got to know how to apply this to you and what it means in your life to use it for your power and use your freedom and your rights.
It is an offense to do any act which prevents, obstructs, impedes, or hinders the administration of justice, and that, quote, misconduct in office occurs when persons in public office fail to properly and faithfully discharge a duty imposed by law. In this situation, the court concluded that the officer obstructed justice and committed misconduct in office by failing to interview witnesses after her daughter was identified as a suspect, obtaining a false arrest warrant for another suspect, and withholding evidence. While Officer Dukes' lie about whether the department issues identification cards did not rise to the same level of misconduct. Given the broad definition of both of these offenses, it is still possible that he could be convicted if charged. However, it is important to note that while some states legally require officers to provide ID to citizens upon request, South Carolina law does not place this obligation on officers. Additionally, many police departments have policies requiring that officers identify themselves, but the Orangeburg Department of Public Safety's policy is not publicly available, and it is unclear whether their policy adheres to any form of officer identification guidelines.
Yeah. All right. Brandon, he can get his stuff off the car.
Will you say that?
10:59.
After Mr. Gaillard was treated by EMS, he and Mr. Julian were allowed to leave. 2 days after the incident, Officer Dukes was fired from the Orangeburg Department of Public Safety for violating the department's use of force policies, which, as stated before, are not publicly available. On August 20th,
you know why he was fired? Because of the Good Samaritan, the sister who saved the day. The other officer, his fellow co-worker, reported his ass. She eyewitnessed it herself, what took place, and she had her own people's back. Salute to sister officer for doing the right thing, period. And so his ass was fired, terminated off the police force, out the department, and was definitely disciplinary action was taken to the max and to the fullest. We're in South Carolina, y'all. State of South Carolina. They're in that county.
Safety for violating the department.